Welcome back, journalists. We are back on News Tower to follow the leads and see what stories they may take us to. We are in May 1937, getting near the end of the decade, and things are looking good for the tower. We've been doing quite well. We've got the influence building up as well. We are trying to finish up the map now that we have defeated our rivals. The goal now is to lock down all of these districts and learn a little bit about the news along the way and see what stories may pop up, such as learning that Greta Garbo makes $300,000, all the chaos that's going on in Europe at the time, as well as other interesting stories, which are just gems to get to learn about and talk about as they come along. So we have everything we need in the file, and we are trying to print 2 hopeful stories and no unrest. So that's going to be interesting. Luckily, we don't have any unrest up here. But we will see if we can continue to move along the mayor's pathway. So let's start by doing an ad that probably won't get into the conversation, but that's okay. So let's get this thing kicked off. Now, loading the paper has been doing much better, I think, since we have a dedicated paper loaders. Whoa, there's so much. Okay, let's start with Paris. The Paris Fair opens. All right, well, this one has Terry all over it because we can go ahead and open that next one. It's a global showcase of art, design, and technology. And we go to the German pavilion, where we get to see high-profile stage for ideological rivalry. Oh, so this must be the fascists doing their thing. Barcelona celebrates May Day, it looks like. Which way do we want to go? Politics or crime? Ooh, well, we need both of those, so let's just go this way. Street fighting forces a cabinet shift. And let's see what the U.S. has. Babes in Arms opens in Broadway. We got to get both of them. Oh, Curtis needs to replenish a little bit there. We're going to send both of those to the editor's desk. Let's let it slowly go. Roger DeFrancis can get the Senate stalemate reported. No surprise there. That seems to be the trend throughout the history. Basketball champion leads a double life. Ooh, exciting. What is this double life? Surround famous basketball champion after performance drops. Well, okay. He donated to charity. Scandalous. And now we have Amelia Earhart. A truly tragic one. Mistake in Miami. So this is... Oh, so before her flight, I guess. Memorial Day Massacre in Chicago. I think this was a real thing as well. We could send Francis, but she's going to have some mistakes if we do. So we'll send Roger. Francis is getting better, though. And panic-inducing enough. Let's let... You know what? Let's let Terry do this one. And then we can get both of those. So another crazy movie, it looks like. And then in Paris, we go back over. And we've got Wayne draw millions to Paris as the mayor. We're just going to take all the stories we can. We'll worry about avoiding the unrest when we need to. But let's go ahead and get to work on the photograph here. So far, things are moving quite nicely for us. We'll go ahead and move it along a little bit. Let's take this one. And I think Bernard can do a good job this one. Quick recovery for Earhart. She's still with us. She hasn't been lost yet. We will let Sherry Newhouse pick this one up. Oh, we have all the editors enabled. Oh, he's going to be busy. Might need to untick that one next. Loading up the paper. That's good to see. What about cleaning all? Oh, we did. Now they're getting that. Going along quite smoothly. Let's go ahead and speed that up a little bit. We go to London. George VI is crowned. I think I've mentioned it before, but if you have not checked out the King's speech about George VI and him preparing at the beginning of World War II to give the speech and his impediment with Colin Firth, it is fantastic. Highly recommend that film. I might have to go back and watch that again. That was so good. I will show that to my students that eat lunch with me. I like to show them movies they haven't necessarily seen. I try for the 90s a lot and early 2000s to get them to introduce to greats that they may not be familiar with. Ooh, so this one's got a lie and a red herring. These are sensationalist things. We don't need those. So let's just cut that. Back in London, Neville Chamberlain becomes Prime Minister. Well, we know where this is going to go. Now, one thing he does do, although he gets the, obviously the appeasement to Hitler, he does actually, I believe, help build up the British Air Force. Check me on that. I'm fairly certain that's true. It did buy time. I don't think I thought he thought the appeasing would actually work, but he at least did get stuff going. Anonymous source tips of dumbed body in bay. I think this is supposed to be dumped. Macabre find and barrel. Ooh, gruesome. Our editor is probably really busy at the moment. He has 4 reports to go through. Our other editor is up here and has no more reports to go through. Okay, let's see the breadline shrink. That's good news. Might get a fine here. Bernard's pretty lucky. Yay! A community garden in an empty lot. That's reminds me of a guy. Or no, I don't know. Different one. Sister Agnes makes a stand. Sister Agnes. And we'll let Marjorie get this referee's disputable choice. Everybody's moving right along. Things are looking good. Could get... Well, we don't really have space for those pneumatic tubes. Building a new floor. $40,000. We have the money. Let's go ahead and do it. Can we go any higher? $45,000 for the one after that. So we can keep going higher. We do have those elevators that allow us to do that. There's Wayne. Abbey Oath has been taken by King George. And we will let Hank get on this applause-worthy new ballroom unveiled. Paper still needs a lot, it looks like. Need to get this stuff cleaned up. We need another trash can. Right there. That will help. All right, back to Europe. These are where the exciting stories are. Let's let Tanya finish this one off. Stability after the abdication crisis. That's right. His brother ran off with an American starlet. Oh, unless we have Bernard ready. Hindenburg disaster. The blimp, the airship. 36 people killed and public confidence in airships falters. We are going to not send anybody to get hurt there. We are going to go try to get this Hindenburg. Let's get everybody we can on this. Excellent. And we want to prioritize these. We want to get this one out there. Let's go this way. Back to Europe we go in London for the Prime Minister reveal. Immediate budget and foreign policy consequences, and we know what those consequences might be. Let's let Margaret get this one. I'd rather have the economic one. Let's go ahead and take the economic one again. We can handle the lawsuits. We don't need to, though. Even better. Let's go this way. And we've got ourselves our hot topic. LaGuardia takes action against Burlesque. Oh. Mayor closes 14 theaters. Wow, that's quite a lot. Okay, now we have the society stuff rolling in too. Now we are usually able to get through all of these. We got one more story out there, it looks like, to report on. Myrtle can get on this one. I don't think we're going to get anything done there. We got one more we have to finish. We'll get these ready for the next one. We don't have anybody who... Well, Bernard can use a boost. And we will let Maureen get this one. Okay, so we have everything that we need. We're going to be able to see what gets done. All right, let's sort by the readiness and make sure we get everything we need. We do not want to print any unrest, and we want to print all of these. So let's just look at these star levels first. Let's go with our big one right there. We want to go left over the course of it. Europe will take us right. Maybe we'll hold off on that. We need the George VI one. And that one is done. Okay. That's our headline, George VI. Let's get the rest of these done. And you know what I just realized? And none of you are surprised. We forgot the ad. All right, it's almost time to have to print. I don't think we're going to get all of these things done. We don't have a lot of European stories this time. Yep, we will print. Let's see. Sort by readiness again. And we could get this one taking this. There we go. So we haven't printed any. We need one more hopeful. We need all of these things as well. Let's go left. The obituary takes us back to the right. It's sensational, the obituary. Ah, scandalous. Do we have another? There's our hopeful as well. Let's do Europe. Oh, that one's not done yet. But that's probably good because that one has unrest. Do we have any other Europe stories? We do not. We're going to have to put some old stories up here, it looks like, too. What else can we use? We can use some fame. Some ribbon cutting politics statement. Legislative report isn't... Oh, that's got unrest. We'll go with that one. We're going to take our sports. There's our sports page. We need to get our alarming one in at some point too. We got our there's our alarming. Don't want that one. It's old, but it's still good. We need a statement now. Where is our statement? Right there. We got to put the crossword in there. And there we go. 822,000. Not bad. 833 for that. But I'm a crossword guy. I feel bad if we didn't have it in there. We can sell some of these old ones. But actually, at this point, with the money we have, there's really not... Oh, Lou Gehrig. Why would there be a He's already got his Lou Gehrig's disease by now, does he not? Okay, that helps. But we just put unrest in there. That's right. We can't do that. That drops us a lot if we do that. Nope. Oh, there we go. 850,000. We have checks everywhere. Everything filled up. Let's let it roll. That's going to be a good week for us. 850,000. Not too shabby. And we have locked down another one. And we're pleasing the mayor in the process. We'll see how far up we can get that chain. We went way... Oh, we went too far left. But we don't need the influence points. It's fine. We don't need the digger. I would like to get the painting. Oh, we're just going to have a lot of protesters. Okay. So next up... Oh, we have the union office. Doesn't help us. Again, doesn't help us. Got all those acquired. We could get a big trash can. And a feather duster. And sweeping tools. Not sure we're going to use any of those at the moment. Because we don't really have a lot of room. I'm kind of pleased with how my tower is working at the moment. I'm not overly concerned with a lot of it. So let's just see what he has. Perform 2 bribes. Ooh. Okay, we can do that. Not a problem. And we will go after the Flatlands. Knock another one off the list. We don't have to worry about scoops anymore, so that will help us tremendously. And at any moment, we're going to start seeing those reports coming in. Here they are right here, getting ready to go. And there you got a couple others. Oh, that's a sales desk. All right, let's check out the ads. The Golden Gatsby, we can go ahead. I want Myrtle for the actual stories. All right, let's start in Europe. Paris. Bugatti takes Le Mans. We will get Sergey on that one. Prime Minister Blum resigns. Where are we at in this one? Paris again. Okay, let's see. None of those are going to matter. This one takes us informational. That's our strong spot. So we will do this. Now, since we've already got that, we're going to put Marjorie on that one. Put the editor on that in case, since she's still improving. Roger and Maurice. Indianapolis, we have the National Guard sent to Youngstown. Governor orders troops to strikes. Oh, so they're trying to be strike breakers. We want the illustration. And Mary Pickford marries. That is a very alliterative headline. The wedding of the decade. Okay. Well, the paper again is doing much better on its own, so I love seeing that. We do have some training completed. I'm not worried too much about those. And now we have all of our stuff. Sports. That's one we're going to need. Victorious track. Makes Portland proud. We're going to have to uncheck the editor again, or else he's going to be unbelievably busy. Head back to Europe first. Oh, what's she working on? A fiction piece. Now Sergey's available. Detroit. Myrtle. Not seeing any. The Brady Gang reward offered. $1,500 reward announced. I'd take that. But let's get another illustration. That's the good stuff. We haven't had maps in a while. Where's a map? We need a map. Bilbao's captured. Is it by Franco? I guess we'll find out. Nationalist unit broke Iron Belt. It was by Franco. And now we go back to Le Mans to finish this story up with Margaret. We've already got everything we need. We still haven't done any bribes, though. That trait, coordinator, is such a fantastic trait to have on somebody. Should have several new stories coming along soon. There we go. Once she gets done with that piece, we will put her to work. But let's go to Europe. Who's really running the docks? It's the mob. Juliet Stewart Points, an American communist and Soviet spy, has disappeared after severing ties with the Soviets. She was last seen leaving her apartment in New York City. Go out and report. Will do. Points disappears. Well, let's get our people on the case. And we're going to have politics. There's our other bribe. And we can go ahead and do it. Tenements sold. Families forced out. This is Robert Moses' era, right? And I know he did do a lot of dislodging. There are so many stories that we get all at once here. Let's head back over to Europe, and we get something in Moscow. Generals condemned. The Great Purge is at hand. And we've got Sherry that can go do this one. Tukhachevsky and 7 other generals trialed. Okay, Sergey. Why is Thelma having so many problems? There's nobody having trouble with comfort here. Don't know what's going on with Thelma. She had to go to the bathroom or something. Alright, there's our second one. So we've done the bribes. Okay, got that done. I was hoping to find somebody else so we could save Terry, and now we have Frances doing her specialty. Head down to Miami where we get a Sandlot ace hurls a no-hitter. Who was that? Whoa, what is going on? Thelma Ranieri. What is happening with her? Where is Thelma? She's reporting somewhere. It's not any of those spots. It's the legislative desk, right? Nope, not hiring. Want to see our staff. Where is she? What's her deal? She's hungry. Well, go eat. We need more food. Let's just get a big shipment delivered. Take care of that. So the 5-year purge, I mean not the 5-year purge, the Great Purge. What horrible timing for Stalin to do that, where he gets rid of all his top generals just a few years before World War II breaks out. Now granted, he ends up stumbling on quite a few like Zhukov and others that ended up being fantastic for him, but man, what horrible timing to lose your best, like your top leadership. Not that he was aware of that would be the case. Okay, a big trash bin. Wow, these are big. So we're not going to be doing that one. She's doing better now. Thelma must be getting some to eat. Crowd storms the field. Speaking of storms in baseball, I was just talking about with a fellow teacher of mine. Who was it? Ray Caldwell. The pitcher who, I think in 1919, was hit by lightning while pitching and still then knocked unconscious, got back up and threw the last out anyways. I mean, that's pretty amazing. No comments yet. No crazy story. Star halfback benched before the game. I wonder in Nashville. I don't know who that would be. Got another bribe. So we've done more than enough this time. And we will let Curtis do... Actually, let's let Frances continue to work on her skills there. We're not going to do anybody risking an injury. We have learned our lesson on that one. And this is our last one. In Dallas, the bank raid turns fatal. And we've got everything ready to go. So now it's just a matter of seeing what we'll get through and which ads I forget about. But we don't run the ads anymore anyways because money's not our prime thing. What I think I'm going to do is we're not going to mess with this new one, this new floor until maybe between episodes. I might do a little remodeling. But again, the tower seems to be working well. We're getting all of our stories. The only thing I can think of is not even necessary. Reporting we're doing fine on. It's assemblers and typesetters. Just having more of those, I guess, being able to work, because I feel like we're getting backlogged a little bit, but then you have some that are just sitting around doing nothing, so I'm not really sure. Okay, let's see what we need. We've already done that, so we got to just make sure we hit these. We are going to go left. Let's start with our 3-star Bugatti and Le Mans. Well, there's not a lot else that goes with that. We do not have a lot of informational ones, so we need to make sure we put them on the front page. That's a big bonus. Now we could do this one, increase it even more. Put that society one there. Now we do like maps, but we don't have maps. Actually, let's swap this. That's a good combo. Now that allows us to go back for our politics. Oh, there's a biggie. Want to try to bring it back one more. So we can do another page of those politics, maybe. So let's do economic. That's just such a lame story. One economic thing. It does have a star. All right. Now we've got our politics. We want to get the best politics combo. Oh, there we go. There's our Europe. And we will finish with victorious track. $885. Can we top 900? Get a 4-star in there. 930,000 with the 4-star. No. Oh, that's even better. But we don't have our crossword. Everything else looks great, but we didn't get the crossword in. I don't even see it though. Okay, we don't have quite enough paper. We will finish loading that. Well, where is the paper? We're not getting enough paper brought to us. That's okay, we can afford the emergency printing. Another big week, so I feel like this last part, we're doing okay. Getting our score up there better. Figured it out, 76,000. Locking down the flatlands. And getting the mayor further. State informational, get all those bonuses. This time we do want to go as far left as we can to get that painting. And we are at 62,000, still doing just fine. If I do have another floor, we're going to have to make some more. So don't print unrest or defeat and have 2 hopefuls. Or for every hopeful, we get 2 influence points. Okay. We'll see what we can do. We can do that one. But we need hopeful anyways for this. So let's go Bloomfield. How many more districts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are close. We are close. Monday, July 1937. Okay, we start with our Nashville story. We will send Marjorie on this one. This one's not a crucial one to get to. Whoa, there we go. And it's that initial run. New camp near Weimar opens. Do we have a diplomat? We're not going to be able to get the whole story. Protective custody for political detainees. Is this... Oh, I don't know what camp that would be. I know Dachau was originally or wasn't even like an extermination camp, but lots of people, horrible things there. The Degenerate Art Exhibition owns that. Included people like Kirchner, and I think Kollwitz was a part of that one as well. Vilify modernism, justify mass confiscations and sales. Absolutely horrible. Okay, Washington. Francis and Roger football footage shown to Senate committee. Memorial Day massacre. Ooh, what footage are they getting in 1937? Well, I mean, yeah, they could have some. We're going this way to get the informational route. Same with over here. We're going to do the same thing. Ooh, that's a cool picture right there on the new ballroom. And we'll let Bernard get this one going. Turf war over territory in Denver? Huh. That's interesting. All right, let's see what we can get. There they all come along. Now we double check. We do not have an undercover person, so this story is going to end here. First attention arrive. Too bad we don't get more information about that one. That is really a shame. And over in Denver, we're again going to go that left route. Just got to wait for someone to get back. Scottsboro boys. Back to Munich. We can get this one here. Electricity and water costs have skyrocketed. I hear ya. Krispy Kreme. Are you... Oh, you know, we do a donut day with our kids, and they each like different spots. One chooses Krispy Kreme, another one chooses a local one, another one chooses Dunkin'. So we're always going every week to a different spot. Keeps it fresh that way. Historical drama takes the stage. The Lost Colony. I'm not familiar with that. Okay, Terry can go ahead and do this, and Broker is arrested watching heist. Wanted... okay. $600 in stock and taken to jail for the night. And over in Dublin, the Constitution for Ireland has been approved. Let's get Wayne on that one. Vote tally. That's all we get. Oh, back to Europe and in Paris. The Tour de France still. We've got a couple that are almost there. We'll let Margaret finish that one. Take off the editor again. Forget that it stays on now. We could use several more editors and see what that does to the quality of our paper. Maybe that's what we put on the new floor, or well, when we do, we rearrange, get a lot of editors and see what that lets us do. All right, back to Europe and Dublin. Sergey can finish this one off. New state framed. How's that paper coming along? They're actually doing a much better job. Like right now, it's very efficient as far as paperwork goes. Now we've got... Wait, who was it that took the... Roger Lepebe. We still have several stories to unlock here. That one... Oh, we don't have a... Yep, there it is. Myrtle. Again, I wish we had more maps. We never get our map person to get to do anything. It's very disappointing. We're going to be able to... We have 3 more left. Let's just keep these going. Bookmobile hits the road. Roadster joyride ends dry. Use borrowed dealer car. Huh. Penny sale. Oh, yes, penny sales. That is where local communities would come together whenever they would auction off foreclosed properties, and they would help ensure that the people got it back by nobody would bid above a penny. An All-Star game. This would have been around the first of the All-Star games for baseball. Oh, let's go back to the ads. DiMaggio stands out. early in his career as well. Okay, we are on Saturday. Most of these stories are getting done on top of it. So reporters might help us get a few more of these done. But we haven't had any issues having reporters get to any of these stories. So I don't think that's going to be the issue. It's the prepping all of these. Because the things we don't have done yet, they are at the text and the assemblies. That's what's holding everything down. A few don't get reported on, but that's just what it all comes down to. We will go to the end here. And let's see what we can get. No unrest. No defeat. That's going to make it a little tricky. We also have to make sure we're moving to the left. We'll open up with that. Okay, we're still okay. Still okay. Looking for our Europe to please our... Ooh. Nope. Crossword. Doesn't get us any bonuses. We should have at least something else in Europe. There's one. Still okay. 472,000 already. Now. Entertainment. That means we can put our crossword in. That'll be good for all the people who missed their crossword last time. We've got our hopeful. Boom. Society. Put the obituary in there. Then we can go with crime. We have quite a few crime stories. We want to get the bigger, more appealing ones, though. 1 star everywhere. There's the 2 stars. Page 5. What do we want to go with? Economics to get us over there. Then we have more economics about Krispy Kreme. They're going to love that one. 768 is not our best. Okay. What can we get in there that will be a hit? We don't have a lot of big stars left. 3 stars would take us to the right. Don't want any unrest. A couple of those gets us up to 800,000. Nope. Not bad. Again, it's not quite where we want to be. Yep. Okay, we got everything. Would rather get to that 900,000 and a million mark, but it's just shy. We just can't quite get up to that hurdle again. We're getting a consistent number. I feel like maybe the editors adding a few stars could help, because we do have some that add the stars to it. So if we just edit everything, that could potentially help us out. And we get the painting. It's a Mondrian, it looks like, or close to it. And we've got plenty of money to do something with that new floor if that is what we deem to do. Let's see, what does he want? Place a statement 1. Oh, we have a competition here. You started a progressive, a symbol of new city, but your taste for luxury drowned your promise. Okay, so he's leaving. Tamaniel's influence is a thing of the past. Interesting. We'll go after Mid-Island since we don't have any restrictions on us at the moment. And we will see how we do. So this is about it, though. We've got through 3. We're in August 1937, finding things heating up in Europe. We are trying to see if we can move up the leaderboard whenever we get to the end of the 10-year run from where we were on the last couple. Hopefully we can. But we're going to wrap this episode up here, and I got to thank all of you all, as always, for coming and checking along and the support you're giving. I do appreciate it very much so. It looks like we might end up doing another maybe low-rise run, more focused on performance than going through also the specific stories that we've already seen most of. But that will provide a different dynamic and see if we can learn some, take what we've done and do better in that one after this run's over. But we still have several more to go through. We have 2+ years left to go through. So thank you all. And as always, until the next episode, take care and go out there and have yourselves an amazing day.